You work hard, you get shit done, and as a result, you deserve more time for yourself. Time to do what you love, time to do what you're good at, time to focus on what the business needs you to do, time to take better care of yourself, time to nurture and develop the key relationships in your life, time to spend with your loved ones, time to recharge without feeling guilty. So the question begs itself, how do I free up time for myself? Today I'm going to unpack that. Let's dive in. So how do I free up time for myself? See, I get this question a lot, so let's talk about it. Let me begin by suggesting that you start every day with time for yourself. What you do first sets the tone for the rest of the day. If you're going to ask me, what is the one thing that changed my life personally and professionally, it is without question the discipline and commitment I established to start every day with time for me. See, earlier in my career, this wasn't the case. The first thing I used to do over a cup of coffee was check email. Inevitably, I became consumed by something. And the next thing I know, I was rushing to start my day. The rest of the day was much the same. I would often find myself irritated by the smallest of obstacles. I didn't like this experience. I didn't like the person I was becoming. I knew I could do better. Like you, I had to make some changes. The changes I made profoundly impacted my life and the quality of my most precious relationships. I want to share the simple changes I made to free up time. See, one day, I was bitching to my coach about the endless chaos around me, and she made a statement that stuck with me to this very day. She interrupted all my complaining and said, "If you want a different experience, you must do things differently." And I will admit that when my mentor encouraged me to make time every morning to sit quietly and reflect, I essentially kicked and screamed. I was like you, I responded with, "I don't have time," right? And then I remember driving home after lunch with her when I pulled off the side of the road and began to reflect on our conversation. She was right. I knew something had to change. It was that moment that I made a renewed commitment to myself. I wake up most days around 5:30. I consciously decided to rededicate that time to me, time for self-reflection, time to journal, time to meditate, time to read, time to exercise. With practice, what I discovered is this exhilarating power created by morning quiet time. Time to think about what I'm doing, reflect upon how I'm doing it, evaluate what is important, and review where my time and energy is best spent and with whom. I also made a renewed commitment to not check email before 8 a.m. This time allowed me to create space to recharge my energy. Today, I leverage my morning routine to incubate new ideas, remove self-imposed limitations, and raise my awareness of the triggers that cause me to leak energy. And I also use that time to tune into the synchronicity of the universe and express gratitude for the gifts, opportunities, and people that grace my path. After I center myself spiritually, I exercise. I'll either go to the gym or take a walk. See, I coach leaders to develop their morning leadership ritual. My advice, start small and work your way up. Today, my morning leadership ritual is roughly about 90 minutes. But it's important to note that I started with 15 minutes of quiet time. As I became more aware of the power of self-awareness, I decided to experiment with more time. I still remember the day that I pushed myself to 30 minutes. I was like, wow, this is like a major breakthrough. I discovered that I could center myself spiritually in about a half an hour. After that ritual was established, I added like another 45 to 60 minutes of exercise. You have to experiment and discover what works best for you. When I consciously make morning quiet time a priority, I gotta tell you, amazing things happen. Priorities just crystallize in my mind. Solutions to my biggest challenges begin to emerge, and my energy level skyrockets. I benefit from this exercise, and those I interact with and lead also benefit. See, the daily discipline has worked miracles for my career and helped in every aspect of my life. The reason for that is rituals and routines are powerful. I want you to try it. Regardless of when you wake up, I want you to examine how you begin your day. And I want to encourage you to dedicate the first hour to yourself. If you want to lead others and yourself in the best way possible, you must prioritize quiet time. Time to clear your mind. Time to refocus on what is truly important. Time to refuel your energy, reconnect spiritually, and strengthen the inner leader so you can perform at extraordinary levels during the day. Before a plane takes off, a pilot has a ritual of checking the flight plan, setting all the controls, and evaluating the instrument panel. Only then are they ready to fly the plane. A similar ritual applies to leadership. I sometimes get pushback when I recommend this ritual. The most common objections I get are, I'm not a morning person, or I have little kids and my mornings are hectic. I get it. Earlier in my life, I wasn't a morning person either. I had to train myself to become one. My wife and I also raised 3 children, so I know firsthand how hectic mornings can be. But that's not a valid excuse to not create a daily leadership ritual. If you want to perform at your best, you need quiet time to prepare your mind, body, and spirit for the day ahead. If you're not a morning person, close your day with reflective quiet time before you go to bed. If you have young children, you know what? Get up 30 minutes earlier so you have time for yourself before the kids get up. Here's a truth bomb. The space you create for yourself will lead to better results. Waking up early is a successful habit that nearly all leaders follow. A morning routine doesn't mean you have to get up at 4 a.m. It only means that you need to set time, a little bit of extra time every single day for yourself. Having time to reflect in a quiet atmosphere gets your mind, get your head in the right mindset before the day begins. And I'm going to close right here, right now, with the same statement my coach gave me that I want to give you. If you want a different experience, you must do things differently. Start by creating a morning leadership ritual. Don't worry about where you are or what you've done or what you failed to do. What I always tell people is today, like every day, is a new beginning. You have an opportunity starting today, right now, to make a renewed conscious commitment to free up time for you. Start by developing a morning leadership ritual. If you want help and support, get my Power Week Power Life system where I dive into this in a lot more detail. For more information, follow the link in the description. Okay, if you like what I shared today, do me a favor. Give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below, and of course subscribe because each week I'm sharing content to help you and your team embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. Remember this, you're just one idea away. We'll talk to you soon.